Good day, viewers. You are welcome to Tindanious Maths Tutorials. If you are new here, kindly share, like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting and catchy topics. We are still considering factorial concept, but in today's YouTube session, we are going to consider double factorial. Alright, so all the factorial expressions we've been looking out for is the regular factorial, alright, which is different from the double factorial. Remember, by definition, we said n factorial is equal to this n times its degenerate, right? In other words, we are going to multiply n by positive numbers in the descending order. So you get 1, right? So you have n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3. Then, so you approach positive numbers, right? 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Then you stop at this point. So this is what? N factorial by definition. Now, let's consider double factorial. So for double factorial, we have 2 exclamation marks. So double factorial is denoted by this 2 exclamation marks. So this is what? N double factorial, not n factorial then factorial, right? It is pronounced as n double factorial. Now, by definition, n double factorial depends on the value of n. What do we mean by that? N can assume an odd number or an even number. N double factorial depends on the parity of n. Parity of n simply means n can be an odd number or what? Or an even number. So let's assume when n is odd, what happens? Or when n is even, what happens? So let's consider the even part first. So provided n is an even number, we know that for even numbers, let's consider 6, 4, 2, alright? Now, the gap or the difference between these two numbers is 2. And the difference between 4 and 2 is also what? 2. So, if you have here to be 8, the difference between 8 and 6 is also what? 2. So the gap between two even numbers is simply what? 2. Let's try for all numbers. So we have, let's say 12, let's say 9. Okay. So let's start from here. Let's say we have 1, 3, 5, let's say 7. Okay. Let's say you have 9. The difference between this and this is 2, right? The difference between this number and this number is also 2. And the difference between this and this is also 2. And this is also what? 2. So as a result of that, we are going to begin with the number n. Then we have n, then minus the gap, the difference, right? Which is what? 2 over here. Then progressively, okay, you also subtract, or you keep subtracting 2 from n. Do you get that? So here we have n, then minus. When you get to this side, you have 4. Do you get that way? Then because when I have 2, here you have what? Negative 2. Okay. When I take 2 from 8, I have what? Negative 4. So when I have negative 4, then minus 2, what do I have? Negative 6. When I have negative 6 minus 2, I have what? Negative 8 in that what? Regard. So here I have what? N, then minus what? Then 6. Then what? N minus what? Let's say 8. Then let's say up to, let's say times 4. Okay, then times 4 minus 2. What do we have? We have 2. So as soon as you get to 2, you stop at this point. Why are we stopping at 2? Because well, we are dealing with what? An even number. So let's assume if n were to be odd, we would have ended at what? at 1. Do you get that? So this is where I'm going to end. Provided what? N is what? Is even. Alright? Now, what happens if N is also odd? So remember, for all numbers, we said the gap is also what? The gap is also 2, right? So in the same vein, we'll be having what? Provided N is odd, so we have N double factorial, which is equal to then N minus 2, because the gap, the difference between those two numbers is also 2. Then what do I have here? N minus, let's say 4, then let's say N minus, let's say 6. Then to the extent where you approach what? Odd numbers. So let's assume here times, remember here was what? 4. Is that also? Yes. So let's assume let's say the number, okay? Let's begin with 5. Or let's say 7, okay? 7 is odd, right? Then times, if I take 2 from 7, what do I have? I'll have 5. And 5 is also what? Odd. I hope you are appreciating like the whole concept. Now, should I subtract 2 from this number and I get an even number, then I'll be wrong. Do you get that? So if you have an even number and you progressively subtract 2 from that even number, you should also have what? An even number. In the same vein, when I have what? An odd number and I subtract 2 from the odd number progressively, I have to also what? Get an odd number. So if I subtract 2 from 7, I get what? The next what? Odd number. So if I subtract 2 from 5, what will I get? I'll have what? 3, which is also what? An odd number. So now if I subtract 2 from 3, what do I have? I have 1. And remember, I said for N double factorial, you end. When do you identify the terminating point? In other words, when are you supposed to end? You always end provided you what? You approach or you end at the number 2 or the number what? 1. Then you stop at what? At that point eventually. So this is the whole concept about what? About double what? Factorial, right? So now, let's assume, or let us work out for this. Okay, let's work out for this. For double factorial. But before that, by convention, okay, so by convention or by definition, okay, 0 double factorial, okay, is defined and is equal to the number 1. And also negative 1 double factorial is also equal to what? 1 by definition. Kindly take note of this, alright? Okay, so viewers, so I have a question on the board. Sorry, I'll just write down the question very soon. So number 1, let's say have 1, then double factorial, right? Okay. But remember, we said in general, okay? So in summary, we said for the double factorial, okay, it is a mathematical operation that multiplies every positive integer by the second positive integer beneath it of the same parity until you get to either 1 or 2. You stop at that point. And remember, we said parity simply means what? The n being even or what? Or odd. That's what we said. And we also said that by definition or conventionally, we said 1 double factorial gives 1. And we also said negative 1 double factorial also gives what? 1. Record this, alright? So 1 double factorial is simply what? 1. Okay, it's simply 1. Then what about 2 double factorial? Remember we said once you arrive at 1, that is the terminating point. You stop at that point. So you don't need to worry about this, alright? What about 2 factorial? We said consider 2 or 1, you just stop at that point. So 2. So you can write 2 over here. You can also use the formula to confirm this, right? What about 3? Question number 3. What about 3 double factorial? We said depending on n. If n is what? Is odd. But here, 3 is an odd number. So you begin with 3, then times, what do? You subtract 2 from 3. So what is 3 minus 2? You have what? 1. So we said once you end at 1, then that will be your terminating point. So 3 by 1 is what? It's simply 3. As simple as that. What about 4 double factorial? So 4 double factorial means, so you said 4 is an even number, right? So you start with the number 4, then times, then you subtract 2 from 4. What do you have? You have 2. But remember, we said once you arrive at the number 2, that is what? An indication that you have to end at this point. So 4 by 2 simply means what? 8. Then what about 5, then double factorial? What do we have? Is 5 even or odd? It is what? An odd number. So if I subtract 2 from the odd number, I have to get what? The second odd number in that regard. So arrive at what? At 1. Remember, for even number, you arrive at what? At 2. Then you stop at that point. Multiply those numbers and write what? Your answer. Now what about if the number is an odd number? Say 5. When do you identify the terminating point? When you do the multiplicating such that you arrive at 1, that is an indication that you need to stop at that point, because 1 is an odd number and this number is also what? An odd number, right? 4 is an even number, 2 is an even number. That is what? The terminating point 2. So here I'll begin with the number 5, then times, progressively I'll subtract 2 from it, right? So if I subtract 2 from 5, I'll get the next odd number, which is what? Which is 3. Remember, this is for my terminating point because I have 3, right? So times, I'll subtract 2 from 3, I'll have what? 1. So this by this, right? We have what? 15. What about 6 double factorial? I have 6, then times, you subtract 2 from 6, I have what? 4, then times what? You subtract 2 from 4, I have 2. Because it is an even number, this is my terminating point. So 6 for 24. 24 times 2. What do you have? 40 what? 8. So the last one, 7 double factorial. What do we have? It is what? An odd number. I'll start with the odd number, then times, you subtract 2 from 7. What do I have, class? Come again? 5, alright. Then times what? 3. So is 3 my terminating point?
No.
Why?
You have said that's 1.
Alright. Because 3 isn't what? The terminating point. So you said that the terminating point is supposed to be what? 1. So we are very right. So 3 by what? 1. Alright. So what do we have? 7 by 5 by 3 by 1.
1, 0, 5.
1 what?
0, 5.
0, 5. As simple as that. So viewers, okay, let's note this carefully. We have double factorial of n, and we have factorial of a factorial. Okay, for example, so we are considering factorial, okay, of a factorial this way. Alright, so let's say, example, if I have factorial of n, which is n factorial. Now, and I want to take the factorial of this n factorial. That's what we mean by what? Factorial of a factorial. So I have factorial of n, then what? N It's factorial, as simple as that. So we have factorial of n, do you get that? So factorial of a factorial. So factorial of this n of this factorial. For example, if I have 4 factorial of a factorial, we write it this way. Viewers, this is the same as me evaluating the factorial in the parentheses first. So what is 4 factorial? Remember that 4 factorial is the same as what? 4, then you subtract what? 1 from what? Remember, this is a single factorial. You subtract 1 from 4. You have what? 3 in the descending order, okay? Then you subtract 1 from 3, you have 2. You subtract 1 from this, right? So what do we have? We have 4 by 3 times 2 by 1.
24.
24, alright, perfect. We have what? 24. So in other words, this 4 factorial is the same as what? 20 what? 4. Then what do we have again? Then all what? Factorial. So I have it to what? All what? Factorial. So please note this. So this 24 is as a result of what? The 4 factorial, right? There is it. Then this factorial appears here. So this is the same as what? 24 what? Factorial. So you subtract 1 from it till you get to what? 1. Then you stop at that point. So I'm having 24, then times what? 23. Then let's say times 22. Then in this regard, so I get to 1, okay, times 1. Then I stop eventually, right? So, class, what is 24 factorial? So we're having 6, 3 something. 6 what?
6, 2, 0, 4,
0, 4,
4, 8,
4, 8,
4, 0,
4, 0,
1, 7,
1, 7,
3, 3,
3, 3,
2, 3,
2, 3,
9, 4,
9, 4,
3, 9,
3, 9,
3, 6,
3, 6,
0, 0,
0, 0, 0, 0. So this is simply what? 4 factorial of what? Of a factorial. Now, what about this? So let's say we have 4, then double factorial. So viewers, I want you to know that factorial of a factorial is different from what? Double factorial. So if I have 4, then double factorial. Remember, parity of n. Is n an even or odd? Yes.
even,
Even, right? So what do we do? You start with the number what? 4, right?
Yes.
So I have 4. Then what do we have? Is it 4 minus 1 or 4 minus 2?
4 minus 2,
Very good. So we have 4 minus 2. What do we have? We have 2. Right? So remember, we said when you get to 2, that's the ending point. So what do we have? 4 times 2.
8,
So have it to the 8. As simple as that. Viewers, this is the end to this simple tutorial under under double factorial. Stay tuned where I bring you another interesting topic under triple factorial. For that one, you see something of this nature. Then 1, 2, 3, like this. And triple factorial. Bye.